Hello, my non-existent viewers and subscribers. I'd like to talk to you today on a subject that has been debated widely by both the left and the right. This is on the subject of gun control and the Second Amendment. So, the left generally uses this as a way to call guns evil. They'll cite many school shootings, but this is not the case. The case is the person holding the gun, generally mentally ill people who have nothing done about them. Like the police and the FBI don't do anything about these people. Generally, they're not reported, or even worse, the FBI, the government, the police, they know about this guy, yet they don't report him. Not only that, but guns are used way more, or possibly the same amount as defense more than they are used to kill people. Actually, according to a study done by the CDC, guns are used about 500,000 to 3 million times for defense in relation to about 300,000 violent crimes. Also, people generally like to point out a statistic of about 30,000 or so deaths, but they never take into account accidents and suicides, which can bring this down to around 11,000. So, I think it's just stupid that people want to take away the rights of the American person to own a gun. Now, I do believe that we should have restrictions, and we have things like background checks already. It took my family about 48 hours to buy our guns, but the point is, gun control wouldn't work. We already have it implemented in cities like Chicago and Californian cities, yet it doesn't work. Chicago sees violent crime every day, and that's not even the highest in the US. Yet it still has gun regulations. It doesn't make sense. And people seem to exaggerate what the AR-15 does. There's no such thing as a fully semi-automatic rifle, okay? There's a fully automatic rifle, which has already been banned. The real problem are people like private sellers and people who will offer them at gun shows without any background checks, at least from what I've heard. We need to crack down on certain sketchy people and activity about selling guns instead of guns themselves. Don't take away my right to own a gun. I'm gonna buy them when I'm older and I'm living on my own. It's just not gonna work. They tried it in Australia, but even though gun crimes were already going down, it was already on a downward spiral when they implemented gun control. From what I've heard, home invasions have also gone up in places like the UK where it's been banned. The Second Amendment shall not be infringed, okay? And the Founding Fathers didn't have to give themselves a right for the government to own weapons. And if you think that a tyrannical government won't come anytime soon, you're dead wrong. Tell me, would you trust the police and the army and the government to be the only people to have weapons? The people will have no chance of power if a tyrannical government does surge up. It's not paranoia. It happens. The first thing Hitler did, remember, when he took power, was he took the people's guns, their way of defense. How is this any different at this point? We have all these Democrats who want to take them away. And I don't get it. Do you think I'm going to hurt you? Do you think I'm going to hurt you by owning my gun? Things like AR-15s are popular hunting rifles and self-defense rifles. Don't take the Americans' rights away from owning these things. Don't take away my ability to buy a gun. Of course, I shouldn't be buying it now. That's what my family would be responsible for. I should be able to do it when I'm older. It's just something to think about. I'd be happy if we actually debated this subject out instead of calling people dumbasses and just fuck you, fuck off, you cunt. I think this is something we should have up for debate, and so although nobody even watches my videos, this would be a good thing to discuss in the comment section, because I just want to bring us together to discuss these subjects. If you ask me, I personally don't believe we should implement gun control.